We welcome you to the Paycom Center here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I'm Vinny from vdubproductions, and we welcome you back to my NBA2K26 presents the 2025-2026 season playthrough here on my YouTube channel. We are in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Both teams are playing in real life, and at the time of this game, it is before the start of the Game 7 of the real-life series. As this is Game 2 of this series, I try to get these videos ahead of time here as we look at the lineups here for the Spurs. Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembayama. Thunder will have SGA, Dort, Jalen Williams, Holmgren, and Hartenstein here as we are underway here in Game 2. Spurs took game number 1, 101-95. They see Castle will shoot the three. That's no good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. We have Jalen Williams with it. Williams, he'll put the shot up. That is good, and it's quickly 2-0 OKC. Jalen Williams averaging 24.6 points a game during this postseason here. Williams had 17 points in that game to defeat AC. De'Aaron Fox, he'll get the scoring started for the Spurs here. We're all knotted at 2. Fox had 20 points in that Game 1 victory for the Spurs. Spurs actually were up by 23 points at one point in the fourth quarter, and then it was like a 17-0 run, by the way, to get it to within 6. As you see, Jalen Williams will miss that one, Wembayama. So they were able to hold a furious comeback because it was 98-75 at one point, and the ended up being 101-95 was the final score. So the Thunder were able to make a little bit of a surge, but it was too little too late. You see Wemby, oh my gosh, what a shot there. Wembayama with his first 2 points of the game. He had 31 in that victory for the Spurs in game number 1. Holmgren will shoot the three. That is off the back iron. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. That's in there. Holmgren did not get his first points until the third quarter, I believe. You see Harlan, Anthony, and Legler would be on the call if this was the game commentary, but you get me instead. Keldon Johnson, he'll shoot the three. That's off the back iron. Tied at 4 right now. SGA shooting the three. That is no good. Johnson coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. That is in and out. Holmgren with the three-pointer, or the rebound there. Feeds it back over to Lou Dort. We have 15 on the shot clock right now, 14. SGA just holding on to that one right now, being guarded by De'Aaron Fox. SGA will put the shot up, uses the backboard. And the Thunder retake the lead. First 2 points for SGA, and it's 6-4. To Keldon Johnson. Johnson feeds it back over to Wemby. Wemby will shoot the two. That's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. We got Lugan Stort feeds it back over to SGA. As we're approaching 3 minutes into the quarter here, as we will have an illegal screen called against Lugan Stort. That's his first. No team fouls as that was on the offensive side. .907 to play here in the first. 6-4. OKC on top. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. 1-0 Spurs on top. Just like in real life. How the series started in real life. As I said, we're still, by the time I recorded, we're still about like 24 hours or so away from game number 7. So by the time this video comes out, one of these two teams will be preparing to play the New York Knicks in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Fox coming around. He'll put that shot up. That's good. That's 4 for De'Aaron Fox, and we are tied at 6. We're approaching 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. SGA driving it, and he'll lose it as Evan Vassell comes with the steal. He's still coming around. He'll drive it. He'll pass it over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson will put the shot up. That's no good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. Over to Jalen Williams. 18 on the shot clock. Williams feeds it over to Lugan Stort. Lugan Stort back over to Jalen Williams. 8 on the shot. 8 to play here in the first. Jalen Williams for 3. No good. Castle coming down with the rebound. Castle. Feeds it back over to Johnson, back over to Fox. Fox back over to Vassell. Vassell feeds it over to Wembayama. Wembayama will shoot the three. That's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. Jalen Williams grabbing has it right there. Williams coming around. That is no good. Vassell coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson over to Fox. Fox to Wemby. Wemby with the slam dunk, and we'll have a timeout called. First timeout of the game. 7:26 to play in the first. The Spurs leading at 8-6. We look at the rebounds a game during the playoffs. You have Victor Wembayama with 18.7 rebounds a game. That's his average during the NBA playoffs right now. He had one game where he set a franchise record 28 rebounds in a game against the LA Clippers, and then he broke that franchise record against the Los Angeles Lakers where he had 30 rebounds. SGA, he'll shoot the three. That's in there. And Oklahoma City on top once again. And during the 4 games in the regular season, SGA averaged 32.3 points a game against these Spurs. Feeds it back over to Wembayama. Wembayama, help with the shot up. That's good. That's 6 for him. Spurs retake the lead. The Thunder actually had an early 7-point lead, actually, in Game 1. And then the Spurs caught fire, especially in that fourth quarter, as Hartenstein will get the offensive rebound. And he will put it in here. 4 points off of the offensive rebound. 11-10, OKC back on top. Keldon Johnson shooting the three. That's no good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. Got SGA. Feeds it back over to Dort. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox. Got Fox Sports Radio. As we're about halfway through the first quarter here. 10 on the shot clock. Castle, he'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. And the lead is up to 2. I believe they are matching the largest lead right now. I think no team is led by more than 2 points, I should say, as of this point right now. You see Jalen Williams, he'll shoot the three. That's off the back iron. Johnson coming down with the rebound. Johnson feeds it over to Fox. Fox. He's holding on to that right now here at the Paycom Center. We're at 8 on the shot clock. 7 on the shot clock. Fox coming around. He's going to go to the line, shooting 1. Holmgren called for his first personal foul. De'Aaron Fox shooting 2 here. 5:15 to play in the first. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals Series. Spurs leading the series 1-0 right now. And they currently have a 2-point lead. Fox will hit the first one here as we got a first set of substitutions. Harrison Barnes checking into the game for the Spurs. Vassell going to go to the bench. Johnson moving to small forward. And for the Thunder, I saw Kaysen Wallace. He'll check in at shooting guard. Fox hits them both. That's 6 points for him. And the lead is up to 4, their largest lead at this point. We'll have another timeout called by the Thunder. We'll take another one as well. 5:10 to play in the first. 15-11 Spurs on top. Coming out of timeout here in Oklahoma City, the Spurs on top by 4 early on here. Over the halfway point of the first quarter, I should say here. 5:10 remaining. Spurs are looking to try to take both games on the road, just like Orlando did in their Eastern Conference Finals series. So we got Jalen Williams. Williams feeds it back over to SGA. At 10 on the shot clock here. 5 to play in the first. SGA being guarded by Fox. He came around. He'll put the shot up. That's going to be out the front rim. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Feeding it back over to Stephon Castle. Castle feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby with the shot. That's good. That's 8 for Wembayama. Castle will get the assist. As we got SGA trying to drive it. He'll feed it over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the slam dunk. He has 6 early on. He only had 4 points in all of game number 1. Now in this first quarter, he's surpassed that total. And that will put an end to that 7-0 run there that the Spurs had for a second. As Hartenstein, he almost stepped out of bounds for a second, but he will not. SGA, he's holding on to that one right now. 15 on the shot clock, under 4 to play here in the first. Here the OKC chants. SGA still holding on to that one right now. 5 on the shot clock. SGA, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Castle has it crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Johnson. Johnson will put the layup up. That's good. Keldon Johnson's first points of the game, and the lead is up to 6 again. Spurs shooting 8 of 17. The Thunder only 6 of 17 right now. Neither team shooting the ball very well. But it is the Spurs on top by 6 right now. SGA thought about the shot, but he'll feed it over to Wallace. Wallace will shoot the 3 off the back iron. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Fox. He'll take second there as we have 15 on the shot clock. 19-13 Spurs on top. 10 on the shot clock over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby will shoot the 3. That's no good. Jalen Williams coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Cason Wallace. Wallace back over to Jalen Williams. Williams coming around. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. Back over to Holmgren. Feeding it over to Wallace. Wallace feeds it back over to Alexander. SGA, I should say. SGA with the bucket. That's 7 for him. SGA actually had 38 points in game 1. I think that's probably the most he scored in the game so far this postseason. Barnes shoots the 3. That's in there. Harry Barnes, the former Sacramento King, and the lead is up to 7 for the Spurs. That's their largest. As I mentioned earlier, as we're down to the final 2 minutes of the first quarter, in game number 1, the Thunder actually were trailing by 23. As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that's 9 for him. As he's averaging 23 a game this postseason, we'll have a timeout called by the Spurs. We're going to take one as well. 1:41 to play in the first. 22-17, San Antonio on top. Let's look at the lineup set here. Coming out of timeout for the Spurs, we got Castle, Waters, Barnes, Sohan, and I think maybe Cornette. And then let's see here. For the Thunder, we got Wallace, Joe, Caruso. We still got Wallace and Holmgren. We'll be moving to center. I see Stephon Castle still out there feeding it over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes has 3 points off the bench. You know, the Spurs did not even get bench points until the fourth quarter, by the way. That's the craziest thing. See Castle, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Spurs had 16 bench points, and all 16 of those came in the first quarter. Wallace feeds it back over to Joe. Back over to Kendrick Williams. Wallace will shoot the 3. That's no good. Waters coming down with the rebound. Back over to Jeremy Sohan here. Under a minute to play here in the first. 22-17. Spurs on top. Feeds it back over to Waters. Waters coming around. That is no good. That actually, no, Waters is good. Lindy Waters, 2 points in that game. 24-17. He's back over to Wallace, and that will be an illegal screen called against Chet Holmgren. That's number 2 on him. 3 turnovers already for the Thunder here as Thomas Sorber going to check into the game. Holmgren going to go to the bench. Oklahoma City had 5 turnovers in the game 1 loss. 24-17 Spurs on top. 15 on the shot clock as we're approaching 20 seconds to play here in the first. Castle feeds it over, and that's stolen by Caruso. First turnover by the Spurs. Over to Isaiah Joe. He'll put the layup up. That's good. 2 points for Isaiah Joe, and the lead down to 5. Under 3 seconds now to play. Waters, he'll shoot the 3. That's no good, and that will do it. We are at the end of the first quarter here where the San Antonio Spurs lead at 24-19 in this low-scoring first quarter. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. We're getting ready to start the second quarter after this. Starting the second quarter here, I know Kendrick Williams passed it up. Inbounded it to Caruso, back over to Holmgren. Isaiah Joe, and I think that's Cason Wallace out there to start the quarter for the OKC Thunder. We have Sohan, Barnes, Cornette, that Waters and Castle. That is the lineup set for the Spurs to start the second quarter here. See, Sohan will get the rebound off the miss. Waters feeds it back over to Cornette. Cornette feeds it over to Stephon Castle inside the paint. Castle, that's good. That's 5 for him. And the lead is up to 7 again. Matching their largest lead of the game. Finds it over to Alex Caruso. Caruso feeds it over to Wallace. Wallace coming around with the layup. That's his first 2 points off the bench. We see 7 lead changes, 3 ties to this point. It was a little bit back and forth. It's still a close game right now as we're 1 minute into the second quarter. Waters will shoot the 3. That's no good. Kenrich Williams coming down with it. Caruso, and he's called for charging. Okay. That's his first personal. We look at some substitution as Devin Vassell checking back into the game. And for the Thunder, Lugan Stort checks back into the game. Harrison Barnes, 15 on the shot clock, feeds it back over to Devin Vassell. Vassell holding on to it, being guarded by Dort right now. Feeds it over to Cornette, and Luke Cornette, that shot's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. 16 rebounds right now for OKC in this game. They had 52 total, actually. Oh, no, wait a minute. Let me check that again. I looked at the wrong thing. They had 49 total. And you see another rebound by the Spurs off the miss, and we're going to count it as Sohan's going to go to the line, shooting 1. Kenrich Williams will be called for his first. The lead is up to 7 for the Spurs. Trying to make it 8 points if he can hit the free throw here. And he'll miss it. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. Holmgren has been off the score sheet. I mean, he has not done that well so far in this first 5 quarters of the series, shooting-wise. See, there's a miss right there. Back over to Stephon Castle. Castle feeding it back over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes feeds it back over to Devin Vassell. 5 on the shot clock. He'll shoot the 3. That is no good. Cason Wallace coming down with the rebound. Crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Holmgren, and Holmgren will get his first points of the game, and he'll actually get them in the first half. Thunder within 5. Stephon Castle crossing the half-court line. Feeds it over to Jeremy Sohan. Feeds it back over to Luke Cornette. So holding on to that one right now. 5 on the shot clock. Cornette. He'll put the shot up, and that is going to fall out, I should say. Caruso coming down with the rebound. Wallace has it. Yeah, 15 on the shot clock for Cason Wallace. Wallace coming around, feeds it back over to Kenrich Williams. Wallace, he'll shoot the 3. He will miss it as Luke Cornette coming down with the rebound. Over to Stephon Castle, across to the half-court line. Feeds it over to Jeremy Sohan. Back over to the Cornette. Cornette feeds it over to Vassell. Vassell shoots the 3. No good. Caruso coming down with the rebound. Alex Caruso feeds it back over to Lugan Stort. Lugan Stort over to Chet Holmgren. Back over to Cason Wallace. Wallace feeds it back over to Caruso. 10 on the shot clock as we're approaching 4 minutes of play in the 4 minutes into the second quarter here. Wallace feeds it over to Caruso. He'll shoot the 3. That's in and out. Cornette coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Harrison Barnes. Barnes feeds it back over to Devin Vassell. 14 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Leading it by 5 right now. Both teams are on a little bit of a scoring drought. Vassell with the shot. That's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. Cason Wallace crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Alex Caruso. Caruso. 13 on the shot clock. Caruso trying to drive it. He'll feed it over to Holmgren. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. Chet Holmgren, 5 points in this game now. And it's only a 2-point game. We have a timeout called by the Spurs. 7:16 to play in the second. The Spurs leading at 28-26. We'll be back. Looking at the lineup set coming out of the timeout here, we have Fox, Castle, Vassell, Barnes, Cornette staying out on the court. And for the Thunder, that is Jalen Williams, Jalen Williams, I assume, checking into the game. Barnes will inbound it over to Devin Vassell. Scored the last 5 points, actually, have been from Holmgren. Vassell shooting a three, no good. Dort coming down with the rebound. 22-16, the Thunder out rebounding the Spurs right now. Wallace feeds it back over to Dort. Dort will shoot the three, that's off the back iron. Vassell coming down with the rebound. No points for the Spurs in the last 3 minutes and 17 seconds and counting. Wembayama looking like he wants to check back into the game. Feeds it over to Castle. Castle, he'll put the shot up. That's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. Stephon Castle, 5 points on 2 of 6 shooting, and I believe that's Jalen Williams. Indeed it is. With a slam dunk, that's a 7-0 run, and we are tied at 28. Castle. He's back over to De'Aaron Fox. We got 10 on the shot clock. Fox trying to drive through. And he'll lose it as Wallace will come with the steal. Feeds it back over to Jalen Williams. Williams coming around with the layup. That's good. That's 6 for him. A 9-0 run by the Thunder, and they retake their first lead since the first quarter. I think it sits 11-10. Sohan looking like he wants to check back into the game. De'Aaron Fox. 7 on the shot clock. Fox feeds it back over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. That's off the back iron. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. Cason Wallace crossing the half-court line. Feeds it back over to Jalen Williams. 13 on the shot clock. Jay Williams. Feeds it back over to Lugan Stort. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it back over to Jalen Williams. 4 on the shot clock. Williams. He's going to come around with the bucket. That's no good. Harrison Barnes coming down with the rebound. Stephon Castle. Feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox feeds it back over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. That's off the back iron. No good. Caruso coming down with the rebound. Caruso feeds it over to Wallace. Back over to Caruso. Caruso feeds it back to Holmgren. Holmgren, he'll put the shot up. It looked like Cornette got a piece of it. So that could be a block. Credit to Cornette. Fox will shoot the three. That's no good. Oh my gosh. 4.5 to play here in the third. Only 30-28. Wow. Low scoring game. In fact, actually, the Thunder have outscored the Spurs 11-4 right now. That's how low scoring it is. Make that 14-4 as Jason Wallace for three. He hits 5 for him. And that's a 12-0 run by the Thunder. Timeout Spurs. We'll take one as well. 4:09 to play in the second. 33-28 Thunder on top. Coming out of timeout here, let's look at the lineups that we got. Fox, Waters, Vassell, Sohan, and Wembayama checking back into the game. And for the Thunder, let's see. SGA and Jalen Williams, I think, moves to center. And I think Holmgren's going to go to the bench. Or is that the other Jalen Williams? Yep, the other Jalen Williams is in the game. So I think both Jalen Williams are in the game. That's a miss right there. As you see, the other Jalen Williams is Jaylin Williams. The starter, Jalen, the Jalin Williams, is number 8. Caruso feeds it back over to SGA. SGA trying to drive it here. He'll feed it back over to Dort. He'll shoot the three. That is no good. De'Aaron Fox coming down with the rebound. Vassell. He'll put the shot up. That's good. Devin Vassell, his first points of the game, and now all the starting lineup has scored right now. See the Spurs 13-37, 15-38 for the Thunder. Spurs ended a 12-0 run by the Thunder in a very lengthy scoring drought. SGA shooting a three. That's no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Waters feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox feeds it back over to Wembayama here. 8 on the shot clock. Wemby coming around. Feeds it over to Sohan. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Jalen Williams, the Jaylin Williams, feeds it over to the other Jalen Williams, the Jalin Williams, as he will get the bucket there. That's 8 for him. 35-30, OKC on top. 2:20 to play until halftime. Wembayama feeds it over to Sohan. And that is good. Jeremy Sohan, he has 4 actually in this game. As I said, 14-39 for the Spurs, 16-40 for the OKC Thunder. Under 2 minutes to play here. Jalen Williams and Jalin Williams missing that one, as Lugan Stort will come with the offensive rebound. And the second chance points for them. And now every starter has scored for the OKC Thunder, as Lugan Stort got his first points of the game. It's a 5-point lead for OKC. That's a miss right there. Dort coming with the rebound. Over to Jalen Williams. The Jalin Williams feeds it over to SGA here. Under 90 seconds to play until halftime. SGA feeds it back over to Lugan Stort. Dort feeds it back over to Caruso. 5 on the shot clock. Caruso. He'll feed it. Hill's with the shot up. That's no good. Waters the third coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox, over to Devin Vassell. Vassell feeds it over to Waters. 14 on the shot clock. We got 10 on the shot clock. 1 minute to play until halftime. Wemby. Oh, he'll go to the line. Shooting 1, I should say. That's a 3-point play here and 1 opportunity. Caruso called for the foul. Wemby in double figures. I believe he's the first player in double figures for either team. You see a slew of substitutions for both teams coming in. Caruso is at his second foul, by the way. 55.5 to play until halftime. Wembayama will hit the second one. That's 11 for him. 37-35, OKC on top here. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, I should say. Holmgren will shoot the 3. That's no good. Wemby coming down with the rebound. Gives it back over to De'Aaron Fox. And there's a slam dunk by Wembayama, and we are tied at 37. 5 quick points by the Spurs. The game is tied, all 5 of them by Wembayama. The Jalin Williams hands it back over to SGA. Actually, he's the only Jalen Williams out on the court right now, as the other one is on the bench. Hartenstein. That is no good. Wembayama coming with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Fox. Holding on to it right now. Shot clock turned off. De'Aaron Fox driving it, but he'll pass it over to Johnson. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. 5 for Keldon Johnson, an 8-0 run. There's the 3-pointer, no good. And that will do it. The San Antonio Spurs end the quarter on an 8-0 run. They're on top 40-37, as that's the score. That's the score heading into halftime here. If you like what you see, hit the like button, comment on this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. As we look at the halftime shot here, let's see. We only had, I think, 4 people to ever hit the half-court shot, and it's still going to remain that number there. And also, as I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and if you are inclined to support me, there's a link to my Cash App in the description down below as we head into halftime. We'll see you guys at the other side of the halftime report. As we see here, we're coming back at Oklahoma City here. We're getting ready to start the second half here as we look at Victor Wembayama. Highlights for him. He's the only player in double figures for either team right now with 13 points. Low scoring first half, 40-37. You saw that awkward shot right there. The starting lineups for both teams are out on the court as you have Holmgren, SGA, Dort, Jalen Williams, and Hartenstein. For the Spurs, you got Fox, Castle, Vassell, Johnson, and Wembayama. As see Chet Holmgren there with the slam dunk. That's 7 for him. And the Thunder only within 1. Thunder had a 5-point lead late in that first half, I should say. Spurs ended that half on an 8-0 run. As you see, Fox will recover that one. Back over to Wembayama. 5 on the shot clock. Fox will shoot the 3. That's in there. De'Aaron Fox, that's 9 for him. Lead up to 4. Spurs led by as many as 7. Holmgren, and that's stolen by Fox. Fox feeds it back over to Castle, back over to Fox. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3 again. That's 12 for him. Back-to-back threes on back-to-back trips. And the lead is up to 7. Matches their largest lead. SGA. Coming around. He'll put the shot up. That's good. That's 11 for SGA, the first player in double figures for the for the OKC Thunder. 5 of 9 shooting, but he's still minus 15 out on the court. Fox coming around, feeds it back over to Johnson. Johnson, he'll put the shot up. That's off the back iron. No good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. We got SGA. And that's over to Jalen Williams. That's a slam dunk for him. That's 10 for him. 11 assists already for the OKC Thunder. And the lead down to 3. They had 27 assists, by the way, in game number 1. Wembayama feeds it over to Johnson. Johnson will get the slam dunk. That's 7 for him. And that'll put an end to that little run there. Spurs shooting 43%. The Thunder at 42%. 5-point lead for San Antonio here as we're nearly over 2 minutes into the third quarter here. Holmgren feeds it back over to Jalen Williams. Williams feeds it back over to Holmgren, back over to SGA. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. SGA with 14. He had 9 points in that first half. Now he has 5 in this third quarter, and the lead down to 2. Feeds it back over to De'Aaron Fox. That's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. They're on a 7-2 run right now, cutting it to within 2. Hartenstein holding on to it right now as we're over 3 minutes into the quarter. Dort feeds it back over to Williams. He'll shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. Jalen Williams, 13, and the Thunder are on top again. A little bit of a back and forth game right now. Fox will shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. 15 for De'Aaron Fox. 9 of those coming here in the third quarter as we'll have a timeout called. 8:37 to play in the third. The Spurs lead it by 2. 3-point percentage this season. The league leaders, we got Wembayama at third at 49%. Lugan-Stort just a little over 45%. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they are both combining the playoffs in the regular season, because you'll know if it just says just for playoffs, and then it will just say /season. So 2K is a little odd when it comes to these things. Chet Holmgren, team trailing by 2, and that is Wembayama, or Fox will officially control that one with the steal off that turnover. Careless turnover by the Thunder here. Trailing by 2 right now. This is game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. 2 teams are meeting up in real life. They see Castle miss that one. Holmgren coming out with the rebound. Jalen Williams has it. Williams feeds it back over to SGA. SGA still holding on to it, looking to try to be able to drive it. He won't. He'll feed it over to Holmgren, but Dort will shoot the 3. That is no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Keldon Johnson has it. Jalen Johnson was with the Hawks. They're eliminated. Castle feeds it back over to Wemby. Wemby for 3. No good. Lugan-Stort coming out with the rebound here. Dort feeds it back over to SGA. SGA finds it over to Dort, over to SGA. SGA, he'll shoot the three. He'll drain the three. 17 for SGA. And the Thunder are on top by 1 again. The Thunder looking to try to get a win here to send this back to San Antonio, tied at 1. They don't want to be in the same. They don't want to be in the same predicament as the Milwaukee Bucks, who are down 0-2. As that series will be heading back to Orlando for Game 3. That'll be the next video, Game 3 of that series. The Magic leading the series 2-0. Hartenstein. Oh, look at that! Wembayama with the block there as Fox will take control of it. Didn't go quite coast to coast as he's got to feed it over to Johnson. Back over to Wembayama. 6.5 to play here in the third. 52-51. OKC on top. Wemby. He needs to put that shot up. He'll get it over to Fox. Fox will shoot the three. No good. Jalen Williams coming down with the rebound. Williams. So holding on to that one right now. Williams coming around. He'll drive it. Oh! Wemby with another piece of that one. Back-to-back blocks on back-to-back trips. Vassell for three. No good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound here. So we're over halfway through the third quarter here. It's a 1-point lead for the Thunder. OKC coming around. That's in there. SGA. That's 19 for him. The lead is up to 3. 54-51. OKC on top. De'Aaron Fox. 10 on the shot clock. Under 5.5 to play in the third. Fox trying to drive it, but he'll finish it over to Vassell, and that's no good. Castle coming down with the rebound. Dort. Devin Vassell, 2 points on 1 of 8 shooting and 1 steal. That's the stats right now. Over to Chet Holmgren. Holmgren's going to come drive it. That layup is good. That's 9 for Chet Holmgren. And that is a 7-0 run by the Thunder, and they're on top by 5. Matching their largest lead of the game. Timeout, San Antonio. We're going to take one as well. 56-51. Thunder on top. 4:54 to play in the third. We're going to look at the lineup changes coming out of timeout here for the Spurs. We'll have Harrison Barnes checking in as Johnson will move to small forward. That means Vassell's on the bench. And let's see, Kaysen Wallace will check in for Lugan Stort. Harrison Barnes looking to inbound it. Team trailing by 5 here with under 5 to play in the third. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Spurs leading the series 1-0 right now. Castle feed it over to Wemby. Wemby will shoot the three. That will end that 7-0 run. Wemby with 16. Feeds it back over to Chet Holmgren. Holmgren feeds it over to Jalen Williams shooting the three. That's no good, and that is Hartenstein called. That's his first personal foul, but that will not be a team foul because I think that's still considered the offensive end. But look at Wembayama on Jalen Williams. I mean, that was back-to-back blocks right there for him on back-to-back trips. Fox has it. He's across to the half-court line. Chance for the Spurs to tie or take the lead once again. Fox. It's 15 already. Oh, SGA had a piece of that. Feeds it back over to Holmgren. And that is an illegal screen called against SGA. Another turnover. Self-inflicted wounds by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, look at that, SGA. I'm surprised they did not call a foul there, but Fox will take the inbound from Barnes here as he's crossing the half-court line here. The game coming to you from the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City. As I said, Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals in real life. These two teams are playing. As you see, Fox for 3. That's 18 for him. 12 points in this quarter. All those coming from the beyond the arc. Kaysen Wallace as the Spurs retake the lead, by the way. Hartenstein holding on to it, feed it over to SGA. He'll shoot for the 3. That's in there. SGA, 22 points for him. And the Thunder retake the lead. Fox holding on to it. Fox feeding it over to Wembayama. Wemby. You better get that shot up for Wemby. 5 on the shot clock. Wemby. He'll put the shot up. That's good. Victor Wembayama. That's 18 for him, and we are tied at 59. 10 of them in the paint right now. Over to SGA. SGA coming around, and he'll go to the line, shooting one. I believe that might be the first set of free throws we have for the Thunder in this game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Right now, the Thunder are outscoring the Spurs 22-19 right now. It's a 1-0 series lead for the Spurs, looking to try to make it 2-0. We have a slew of substitutions. Sohan and Johnson and Fox going to the bench. Sohan and Waters will check into the game, and we see Kenrich Williams out on the court. Caruso also checking into the game. Holmgren will move to center. The SGA will miss that one, so the lead is only one for the Thunder right now. Stephon Castle with the slam dunk. That's 7 for him. Spurs retake the lead. SGA. He'll shoot from inside. That's no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Waters the third. Crossing over the half-court line. Back over to Stephon Castle. Castle feeding it over to Waters the third. 2:15 to play in the third. 10 on the shot clock. Waters feeds it back over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. Back over to Harrison Barnes. Over to Sohan. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. Alex Caruso has it right now. Caruso feeds it back over to Kenrich Williams. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 61-60 Spurs on top. SGA coming around. SGA coming with the layup. That's good. That's 25 for him. 16 lead changes. 6 ties in this game. And OKC back on top by 1. Feeds it back over to Wembayama. Got 10 on the shot clock here. Under a minute and a half to play in the third. Wemby coming around with the slam dunk. That's 20 for him. Look at that. 26-63 for the Spurs. 27-60 for the Thunder. Spurs on top by 1 again. 14 on the shot clock. SGA. He'll put the shot up. That's going to fall in. That's 27 for him. Another lead change. I think that's 18 lead changes now. Under a minute to play in the third. 64-63. Thunder on top. Wembayama. And he'll almost lost it for a second. Barnes will control it here. He's back over to Castle. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Jalen Williams coming down with the rebound. Under 40 seconds of play in the third. Cason Wallace looking to try to put his team up by 2 scores again. Now hands it over to SGA. SGA! Nice layup there. That's 29 for him. And the OKC lead is up to 3 once again. Is it over to Harrison Barnes? Barnes feeds it back over to Wembayama. Wemby. He'll shoot it over to Harrison Barnes here. 5 on the shot clock. Barnes feeds it back over to Wemby. He'll shoot the 3. Or no, that's the 2. Oh, man. I don't even know how many points that is for Wemby right now. There's a shot right there. No good. And that will do it. We are at the end of the third quarter here. The Thunder are leading at 66-65. I hope you like this video. If you do, please leave a like, comment on this video, subscribe to this channel. We're going to get ready to start the fourth quarter right after this. Starting off with the State Farm assist of the game here, and for some reason I can't see it here. So that's the State Farm assist of the game. We really didn't see it. Don't ask me why. Starting the fourth quarter here. Sohan, Fox, then we have Vassell, Cornette, and who else is out on the court? Barnes, I think. So it is Fox, Vassell, Cornette, Barnes, and Sohan. Okay. So that is the lineup set for the Spurs starting the fourth quarter. Wallace, we got Caruso. Looks like Dort is out there. Kenrich Williams, and I think that's Isaiah. No, that's Dort. Dort will shoot the 3. Oh, Lugens Dort. Huge 3 there, and the lead is up to... Oh, gosh, stop with that. That's 5 for Dort. And what was it? Wembayama, by the way, only has 22 points. I put the wrong number down here. And you see Caruso feeds it back over to that's Jalen Williams there. That's 15 for him. And the lead is up to 6, their largest lead of the game. 10:55 to play here in the fourth. 71-65. Fox will shoot the three. No good. Cornette coming down with the offensive rebound. Back over to Harrison Barnes. 10 on the shot clock. Harrison Barnes. He'll shoot the two. That's no good. Caruso coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Williams. Williams will put the shot up. That's no good. Sohan coming down with the rebound. Sohan. Feeds it back over to Fox. Fox, 10 on the shot clock. Trying to drive it through. Fox will pass it up. That's Vassell. That's no good. Caruso coming down with the rebound. Caruso feeds it back over to Dort. Dort over to Kenrich Williams. Kenrich Williams! Believe that's his first points of the game, and the lead is up to 8. A 7-0 run to start the fourth quarter for the OKC Thunder. At 9:50 to play in the fourth, it's still... the game is still not in doubt yet. Or still in doubt, I should say. Vassell shooting the three, no good. Kenrich Williams coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Wallace. Wallace. He'll put the shot up. That's good. Kaysen Wallace. That's 7 for him. And that's an 8-0 or 9-0 run, I should say, to start the fourth quarter. And the Thunder are on top by 10. Largest lead of the game by either team. Devin Vassell will put an end to that one. That's 4 points for him. 75-67. OKC on top here. 9 to play here in the fourth. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. The Spurs want to try to make a comeback to take the first 2 games. Oklahoma City wants to hold on with this lead and send it to a game and send this to game 3 tied at 1. As you see, Jalen Williams, 17 for him, and the lead is up to 10 again. I said OKC will not only even the series, but will guarantee game 5 here at the Paycom Center. Fox feeds it back over to Barnes. Barnes will put the shot up. That's good. Harrison Barnes, 5 for him. Fox will get the assist. See, Kaysen Wallace crossing the half-court line. 18 on the shot clock. Wallace will shoot the three. No good. Barnes coming down with the rebound. 8 to play here in the fourth. 77-69. OKC on top. You got De'Aaron Fox. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Lugan Stewart coming down with the rebound. Dort feeds it back over to Williams. Williams back to Dort. Dort feeds it over to Wallace now. Wallace will shoot the three. That is no good. Fox coming down with the rebound. It's an 8-point lead for Oklahoma City. The Spurs are looking to try to make a comeback into this game. Fox feeds it back over to Sohan. Sohan will shoot the three. No good. Kenrich Williams coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Kaysen Wallace. And Sohan will come down with the steal. That's 8 steals already. I don't know how many steals it is, but I know that's 8 turnovers now in this game. Cornette coming with the offensive rebound. He'll put that in. Luke Cornette's first 2 points of the game. 77-71 here. 7 minutes to play in the fourth. Timeout call by the Thunder. We're going to take one as well. 6:59 to play in the fourth. A 6-point lead for OKC. Let's look at the lineup set coming out of timeout for the Spurs. We have Castle, Waters, Sohan, Barnes. I believe Wembayama is checking back into the game. And for the Thunder, let's see, we got SGA, Dort, and it goes by too fast here. During the regular season, I was able to actually see the lineup still. You see Hartenstein, Isaiah Joe, and Holmgren, I think, are the other players I didn't get a chance to mention. You see SGA here at 10 on the shot clock, and there's an illegal screen. Another turnover by the Thunder. Holmgren's second personal foul in the game. You see Stefan Castle. Feeds it back over to Lindy Waters. Waters, he'll shoot the three. That's no good, but Wembayama will get the slam dunk on the offensive rebound. That's 24 for him. 77-73, 6-0 run right now by the Spurs. They cut it to within 4. SGA shooting a 3. That is no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. No points for the Thunder in the last 2.5 plus minutes. He's back over to Castle, back over to Wembayama. 8 on the shot clock here. Halfway through the fourth quarter here, Stephon Castle feeds it back over to Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes has to get the shot up. He does, and he makes it. That's 7 for him. Castle will get the assist. It's an 8-0 run and a 10-2 run, actually, in the last 3.5 minutes, and the Thunder's lead only down to 2. They were up by as many as 10. Over to SGA, and that will put an end to that run here. That's 31 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Look at that trend here. 18 lead changes, 6 ties. That tells you how much of a back-and-forth game we have had to this point right now. Johnson shooting a 3. No good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. Isaiah Joe. Feeds it back over to Chet Holmgren. Feeds it over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the slam dunk. That's 8 for him. And the lead is up to 6 once again. Under 5 to play here in the fourth. 81-75. Wemby with the slam dunk. That's 26 for him. Look at that. 33 of 82 for the Spurs. 36 of 74 for the Thunder. Thunder leading at 81-77 here. 4:37 to play here in the fourth. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Thunder are looking to try to send this to a guarantee, Game 5, and send this to San Antonio tied at 1, but SGA will miss that one. Castle coming down with the rebound. Feeds it back over to Waters. He'll shoot the 3. That's going to fall in. Lindy Waters, 5 points for him. Huge 3 there, and the lead is 81-80 now. Holmgren will shoot the 3. He gets a well-needed 3-pointer there. That's 12 for Chet Holmgren, and the lead is up to 4 again with 4 to play here in the fourth. 84-80 OKC on top. Victor Wembayama feeds it back over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson over to Waters. Waters will shoot the 3 again. That's 8 for him, I think. 84-83. Oh my gosh, it's getting close here. We have had 18 lead changes, 6 ties. SGA, he'll put the shot up. That is no good. Waters the third coming down with it. He's had 2 big buckets already. Castle. He's coming around. Castle puts a shot up. That's no good. Hartenstein coming down with the rebound. Caruso has it. Caruso feeds it over to Holmgren. Holmgren with 12 points over to Isaiah Joe. He'll shoot the 3. Yeah, it's in there. 5 points for Isaiah Joe. A big 3 there. We have a timeout call by the Spurs. We're going to take another one as well. 2:51 to play in the fourth. 87-83. Thunder on top. Coming out of the timeout here. 2:51 to play in the fourth. Lineup set here. Fox. I believe that's Castle Vassell. And I know Wemby's staying out there. And let's see. We have Lugan Stewart checking back into the game. It could be Jalen Williams as well. Who knows? Looks like the starting 5 for both teams are out on there. Vassell will shoot the 3. That is no good. Holmgren coming down with the rebound. SGA has it. Looking to try to put this game away. SGA tried to drive it, but he misses that one. Lugan Stewart here. 10 on the shot clock. Holmgren feeds it back over to SGA. 8 on the shot clock. SGA. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Wembayama coming down with the rebound. 20 on the shot clock here. We got Stephen Castle. Feeds it back over to Devin Vassell. Over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox coming around. Feeds it back over to Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson. He'll shoot the 3. That's no good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander coming down with the rebound here. 2 minutes to play in the fourth. 87-83. Lugan Stewart. Looking to try to make a bucket there over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein, and he's going to step out of bounds, and another turnover by the Thunder. I believe that might be 10 for them. They're not valuing the ball. I gotta say, I'm not discounting anything for the Spurs because they're taking advantage of it. They're a really good team. You see De'Aaron Fox, he'll miss that one. But really, the Thunder are also having self-inflicted wounds. Jalen Williams coming down with it. That's 19 for him. The lead is up to 6 again. Minute 35 to play here in the fourth. De'Aaron Fox taking his time for a second. Now he goes inside, feeds it over to Wemby. Wemby with the slam dunk. That's 28 for him. Look at that. 36 of 89 for the Spurs. 39 of 81 for the Thunder. As we're approaching the final 75 or so seconds, SGA. That's 33 for him. He had 38 in game one. As the lights are getting bigger, it seems like SGA is starting to shine again, and Fox is going to go to the line. SGA called for his second personal foul. De'Aaron Fox with 18 points in this game. As I said, the Spurs not going away in this game. And there's still a minute and 9 in the NBA. That's an eternity. He'll make the first one. (91-86). Fox shooting the second one. He'll sing them both. That's 20 for him. 91-87. 65 seconds to play here in the fourth. SGA feeds it back over to Holmgren. Holmgren feeds it over to Hartenstein. 55 seconds to play. Feeds it over to SGA. He'll shoot the three. That's no good. Vassell coming down with the rebound. And over to Stephon Castle. Back over to Johnson. Vassell feeds it over to Fox. Fox, he'll shoot the bucket. That is no good. Hartenstein will go to the line. Or no, not the line just yet. They're not in the bonus yet, but Wemby will foul him. Not many fouls by the Spurs. I think that's only the second foul the entire game. SGA, he's still holding on to it. He'll cross the half-court line. Very surprised they're not fouling over here. Dort feeds it back over to Hartenstein. 12 on the shot clock, and now there's the foul by Wemby. I believe Hartenstein's going to go to the line shooting two to try to put him up by, I know they're already up by 2 possessions, but try to put him up by 6. So they're now officially in the bonus. It's 91-87. Hartenstein. He'll miss the first one. That's going to be huge. Make or miss this next one. He'll miss them both. Wembayama. Give it over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson back over to Fox. Fox feeds it over to Castle. Castle with the bucket. That's good. That's 9 for Stephon Castle. And SGA will get the foul here. That's Fox's second personal. You see SGA with the MVP chance coming out. 13.9 to play here in the fourth. 2 huge free throws coming up. As I said, the MVP chance is SGA will hit the first one. That's 34 for him. And he'll sink them both. Timeout Spurs. 13.9 to play here in the fourth. We're going to take a timeout. 93-89. Thunder on top. Coming out of timeout here. 93-89. Spurs need a quick bucket coming out of this timeout here. For Mitch Johnson's crew here. Need a quick bucket. Doesn't have to be a 3, but it does have to be a quick bucket and a make. Vassell will shoot the 3. He'll drain the 3. Oh my gosh. 7 for him. And Luguentz-Dort's going to go to the line. As Castle will go call for his first personal foul. Luguentz-Dort. And I got to tell you right now, if I'm San Antonio, I'm not in a bad position right now. Makes them both. You're in position to tie the game with a 3. It only makes 1. You can win it with a 3 or send it to overtime with a 2. So you're in a situation where you can still force overtime or even get the win here as the first one is made. 94-92. So that's 6 for him. And he'll sink them both. That's 7. 10.5 to play. There's no more timeouts left. Spurs feeding it over to Johnson. Johnson will shoot the 3. That's no good. Dort coming down with it. And not sure why, but Castle will foul him. Lugan Dort going to go to the line, shooting 2 more. And this should put the game away if he hits 1 of 2.
Take a break. 2 shots.
As I said, the Spurs with no timeouts. 2 free throws, and we'll have an even series. And he'll hit the first one. I think that should do it. That should put the game away. You see the Thunder fans are going to walk away a little bit happier here. 9 rebounds for him. Or 9 points for him, and there's just a shot that's no good, and that will do it. We are guaranteed a Game 5 here at the Paycom Center. The Oklahoma City Thunder, just like in real life, will take Game 2 of this series, winning 97-92, and we are at a 1-1 series tie. Spurs fans not happy, but you know what? The Thunder, they came out to play when it mattered. They overcame a lot. They will come out with a 97-92 victory here. As Shai Gilgeous-Alexander named player of the game, not surprising. We'll be back with the official post-game player stats coming up right after this. It is time for the post-game player statistics brought to you by 2K Sports. We got SGA, the player of the game, 35 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists and a block. Jalen Williams, the J.A. Elliott Williams, with 19 points and 3 rebounds. Chet Holmgren, 12 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists. Logan Stewart, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Followed by Isaiah Hartenstein, 8 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist. Kaysen Wallace, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists and a steal. Then we got Isaiah Joe, 5 points, 1 assist. Kenrich Williams, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Alex Caruso, 5 rebounds, 7 assists and a steal. Thomas Sorber, no stats in 1 minute of play. Jalen Williams, the Jaylin Williams, 1 rebound, 1 assist. AJ Mitchell, Nikola Topic, Ousmane Dieng did not play for the OKC Thunder. And now for the victorious San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembayama with 28 points, 16 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Followed by De'Aaron Fox with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, and a steal. Stephon Castle, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, close to a double-double for him. Then we got Lindy Waters with 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Devin Vassell, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Keldon Johnson, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and that's it. Harrison Barnes, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Jeremy Sohan had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Luke Cornett, 2 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Kelly Olynyk, Carter Bryant, Julian Champagnie, Jordan McLaughlin did not play for the San Antonio Spurs, and that will do it for your post-game player statistics. And we are back in the Eastern Conference this time for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals featuring the Milwaukee Bucks and the Orlando Magic. The series shifts back to Orlando where the Magic took the first 2 games in Milwaukee. They lead the series 2-0 and they're looking to try to take game number 3 of the series and put a stranglehold on the Bucks. We have Bucks, Magic, Game 3, be there or be squared. If you like what you see, hit the like button. And comment on this video as well. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out. And if you're willing to donate to me financially, there is a link in the description down below to my Cash App, as well as where you can find me on X and Instagram. And that will do it for this video. I want to remind everybody the final score of the game. The OKC Thunder will at least force a Game 5 at the Paycom Center. They will even this series up, winning 97-92 over the San Antonio Spurs. I am Vinny from vdubproductions, and I am signing off.